They shoved me into the garage, not metaphorically, literally. A mattress on the cement floor, boxes stacked around me like walls, the smell of oil and rust clinging to my lungs. Why? Because my brother's girlfriend got pregnant. And suddenly, my room, my space, my sanctuary was hers. My family looked me in the eye and said, "She needs it more than you. Be understanding." Understanding. That word tasted like poison. I used to believe love meant sacrifice. I gave them my weekends fixing leaky pipes, my paychecks when the bills piled, my silence when arguments broke out. I thought loyalty earned loyalty. But that night, when I dragged my pillow into the garage, I realized something. In this family, I wasn't blood. I was leverage. A body to move, a wallet to drain, a scapegoat when needed. The betrayal came slowly, like water filling a glass. First, my mother's whispers, "She's family now, don't make this difficult." Then my father's glare when I hesitated, "Grow up, stop being selfish." Finally, my brother's smirk, arm wrapped around the girl who now slept in my bed. "You'll survive in the garage." That was the moment, the snap inside me. The quiet realization, if they could erase me so easily, then I could disappear on my own terms. And I did. But leaving wasn't the revenge. No. Walking away was just the setup. My revenge began with silence. No fights, no begging. I went cold, a ghost under their roof. Ate little, spoke less, made myself forgettable. Then, one morning before the sun rose, I vanished. No note, no forwarding address, just absence. And that absence became my weapon. I had prepared. Months before, I rerouted my paycheck into a private account, moved important documents into a safe deposit box, packed essentials in the trunk of my car. They never noticed. I had always been invisible to them anyway. When I disappeared, I knew what would happen. They'd assume I'd crawl back, desperate. Instead, I watched from the shadows as their world began to crack. My absence created pressure points. The bills, they used to lean on me to cover them. Without me, deadlines passed. Utilities shut off. Collection letters piled up. My father's temper grew. He shouted at my mother for spending. My brother shouted at him for never having enough. The pregnant girlfriend cried. And the house, my childhood home, slowly rotted with tension. I made sure they felt the sting. The car insurance? I had canceled my contributions. Their policies lapsed. The internet account? In my name. I shut it down. The storage unit where half their furniture was kept? I emptied it before they realized the payments stopped. I wasn't cruel. I was precise. Every move a reminder of what they had taken from me. Then came the call. 3 months after I left, my mother's voice cracked through voicemail. "We can't do this without you. Please come home." I replayed it once, twice, smiled. Because for once, they said the truth out loud. They couldn't do it without me. I didn't rush back. I let them stew. Let the walls close in. My brother dropped shifts at work to juggle bills. The girlfriend complained about the garage being too cold now that the baby was coming. My parents fought louder, longer, until the neighbors whispered. Their perfect little plan to sacrifice me for the new addition was unraveling. And then, when I knew they were on the brink, I returned. It was evening when I walked through the door. The living room was dark, quiet, heavy with the smell of defeat. They looked at me like I was a ghost. My father's shoulders slumped. My mother's eyes watered. My brother's face, pure anger. He spoke first. "You abandoned us." I laughed, a sharp, cold sound. "No, you abandoned me the moment you put me in that garage." Silence, the kind that cuts. I didn't shout. I didn't beg for their understanding. I laid out the truth like a blade on the table. You wanted me, Dawn, so I left, and the moment I did, Everything you leaned on collapsed. You thought I was disposable. Now you know what happens when you dispose of the only person holding you up. My mother sobbed. My father looked away. My brother muttered curses, but his voice was hollow. The girlfriend, my replacement, clutched her stomach, eyes wide, realizing she was sharing a sinking ship. That was my victory. Not money, not shouting matches. It was watching them finally understand their own fragility. Because I didn't need to destroy them. All I had to do was leave them to themselves. I didn't stay. I didn't move back into the room that used to be mine. I wasn't interested in reclaiming scraps. I walked out again, this time without looking back. And as I closed the door, I felt lighter. Because revenge isn't always fire and fury. Sometimes it's silence, absence, and the slow collapse of those who thought they owned you. I didn't stay. I didn't move back into the room that used to be mine. I wasn't interested in reclaiming scraps. I walked out again, this time without looking back. And as I closed the door, I felt lighter. Because revenge isn't always fire and fury. Sometimes it's silence, absence, and the slow collapse of those who thought they owned you.